preparing, setting up. And I believe we are live, friends. Hi, everybody.
Wow.
Look at that. Technology is our friend.
Well, let's give ourselves just a couple of moments here to come into the room, as it were, I guess, and then we will get started.
Excellent.
But Nan, whenever you're ready, I guess you can take us away.
Hey guys. Hi, NNPNers of ours. Yay! Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so glad to have you with us today and to kick off the 19th annual National Showcase of New Plays for National New Play Network. My name is Nan Barnett. I'm the Executive Director of NNPN. I use the She series, and I'm coming to you today from West Palm Beach, Florida, the traditional home of the Seminole and Tequesta peoples. We are delighted to have you with us from all over everywhere. So let's get started. I need to tell you just a couple of things. We want to remind you why we're here. National New Play Network is an alliance of about 125 professional, not-for-profit theaters, ranging in size from $50,000 a year through annual budgets all the way up through tens of millions of dollars a year. And we work together collaboratively to innovate and develop and produce and extend the life of new plays. You'll see here with us, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, NNPN's mission, vision, and values. And you'll be hearing a lot about things over this next 4 days that reflect the work that we've been doing. One of the most important things that we do is this national showcase each year. It has served us well for 19 years, introducing new writers and works to the network and eventually out across the United States. So many of the plays that have been seen here have gone on to dozens and dozens of productions, and we're very proud of this time. It's also a great and wonderful time, normally, of course, for us to all be together. So the team who you're about to meet has done, I think, an amazing job creating this platform with the hop-in container that will allow us to be together in new and different ways, but still get to spend a lot of time talking about the things that we love most, which is making new plays and sharing them with our audiences. NNPN chose a couple of years ago to really refocus their work and to claim its title as the National Service Organization for NNPN for new works. And as a part of that, we began a process that led us to totally reevaluate our programs, our structure, our membership, and our governance. And again, you'll be hearing that, but we choose to lead the field in equity, diversity, and inclusion. And in order to do that, one of the things that we did this year was change the adjudication model. You'll hear a little bit more about that. But it ended up with these 5 magnificent plays by women of color, each of which are also directed by women of color, each of which also feature actors and characters of color. And we are delighted to be bringing you these stories in the next few days. So, welcome, hang out, Can't wait to see the work. Can't wait to see all of you. And I'm going to pass this over to Jordana, who will tell us a little more about some specifics about why we're here.
Thanks, Nan. Hey, everyone, I'm Jordana Frater. I use she, her pronouns. I'm the programs director and the showcase co-producer. And I'm joining you from the unceded territory of the Tongva people, colonially known as Los Angeles. We want to take a moment to pause and invite you, in fact, to take a moment, if you don't already know it, and discover what Indigenous peoples have been the caretakers of the land on which you sit. Join us in expressing our gratitude to live, work, play, and learn in the many places that we as a network occupy. Native-land.ca is a great resource for this. During our time together, when you're asked to share where you're from, consider sharing not only the place that you live and what it is called now, but also acknowledging the people that were the first stewards of that land and who continue to live there now and pay the debt for allowing others to be on their homelands. We're taking the time to do this because we believe that land acknowledgement is an important disruption. It is a time to consider the history of the lands and the waterways that we are privileged to call home, and to acknowledge that within that history, American Indians, Alaska Natives, and Native Hawaiians exchanged millions of acres of land through treaties for basic needs and rights, despite the fact that every treaty was broken by the US government. And since our showcase is happening in a digital space, we'd also like to take just a moment to consider the legacies of colonization embedded within the technologies and the structures and the ways of thinking that we have come to use even more. We're using equipment, and for many of us, high-speed internet that is not available in many Indigenous communities across the United States and beyond the United States. And even as we stay where we are and have reduced impact from resources from travel, as Nan mentioned, the devices that we use were made in ways that do carry a carbon footprint and contribute to the climate change that disproportionately affects Indigenous peoples worldwide. And for each of us to consider our roles in reconciliation, decolonization, and allyship. Thank you. Jess is going to walk us through the community agreements and assumptions.
Hey, everybody. My name is Jess Hutchinson. I'm the engagement manager here at NNPN. I use she, her pronouns, and I am coming to you from the unceded territory of the Kickapoo, Peoria, Potawatomi, Miami, and Sioux peoples, which is colonially known as Chicago, Illinois. So I am, as Jordana said, I'm going to walk us through some community assumptions and agreements, because anytime we come together in real or virtual space, we have the opportunity to create community. We believe that part of successfully building community is in clearly articulating shared assumptions and agreements on how we will be together in space. These assumptions and agreements apply whether we're interacting one-on-one, speaking as a group in one of our larger affinity sessions, or in any of the other opportunities for interaction that these 4 days will include. So just to get us all on the same page, here are our community assumptions. We are all here because we want and choose to be here. All systems of oppression exist. We live at intersections. We all benefit and are harmed by systemic oppression. It is not useful to argue about which system is worse. All systems are interconnected. Dismantling systems of oppression benefits everyone. Confronting social injustice is painful and joyful. Liberation is possible. Everyone has a choice in any situation. Opposing systems of oppression, building alternatives, and cultural change are all necessary. So with those assumptions in mind, here are our community agreements. Permission to speak in draft. Give grace to yourself and others. No one is the final version of themselves, and together we make space for growth. Speak from the I. Use I statements rather than speaking for the experiences of others. Be human. Take care of yourself. Stretch, drink, eat, or eat and then drink. Use the restroom, rest, etc. There is no need to apologize for the children, partner, parent, pet with whom you are sharing space. Ask yourself how you will ensure that all of your needs are being met while we are together. All truths are valid. No one knows everything. Together we know a lot. And finally, what's said here stays here. What's learned here leaves here. So as we take the things we learn out into the room, the stories and experiences that other humans share needs to stay in this space we're creating. Also, these assumptions and agreements are all posted on the Showcase Playbill website, which is linked in the chat, and you have received 700 emails with a link to it as well. And now I'm going to turn us over to my colleague, Rose.
Thank you, Jess. Hi, everyone. I'm Rose Figueroa. I use she, her pronouns. I'm coming to you from the traditional lands of the Tequesta and Seminole, colonially known as West Palm Beach, Florida, and I am the administrative coordinator here at NNPN. I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick breakdown of a little tour of Hopin. So as you see on the screen right now, this is how your Hopin page looks like when you enter our event. And on the left-hand side, you'll see a lovely menu of different options and experiences you can have with us. So the first one you see there is reception, and this will be your homepage. You'll see announcements, and if you keep scrolling down of the reception, you'll see the schedule that's laid out for the event. And you can chat and engage with everyone or anyone who's attending. Just below the reception, you'll see the stage, and this is where you'll go and watch the readings and the playwright slam. And then just below that, there's an array of lobby experiences that we will have available. We have the sessions. This is where you'll be able to connect as well. And below that, you'll have the networking, which is also what we call the concessions. And then below that, we have the expo, which you'll go to get more context. And on the right hand of this page, you'll see the options to chat anyone who's available. And you'll also get, if you click on the people, you'll get to see who's there. And we'll go a little bit more in depth with how to experience these lobby experiences. So in the sessions, you'll be able to, this is where like the affinity spaces and sessions will convene, and we'll convene. And you're also able to create your own sessions to engage with others if you'd like. And the next one is concessions. This is really the networking aspect of just grabbing a drink and relaxing and just meeting somebody really quickly for just about 90 seconds. And this will be a really fun way to just spend some time and meet somebody new as you would at the concessions. And the next one is expo. In our expo, you'll have a deeper dive of context of some of the play readings that are happening with in this event. You'll also have playwright interviews, more context of the playwright slam selection, and also there's a special appearance by the current cohorts of the National Directors Fellowship. And with that, I would love to turn this over to Camille.
Hi everyone. My name is Camille Hayes. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm currently an intern with NNPN. I'm coming to you today from the unceded territory of the Munsee Lenape people, colonially known as New York City. And we're so thrilled to share a whole new part of Showcase this year, the Expo section of Hopin. The context portion of our lobby experience provides a virtual lobby display for each of the featured plays, as well as interviews with those 5 playwrights and information about the 7 Showcase finalists you'll see featured in our first ever finalist playwright slam on Saturday night. there's no curfew on Hopin and no one waiting to lock the door behind you. So feel free to delve into this dramaturgy whenever suits you during the next 4 days. In addition to info about the playwrights and their work, you'll also be able to see interviews featuring our 2 active classes of National Directing Fellows. Here's a teaser of that interview now.
I'm Sarah Hughes.
I'm Maria Patrice Imana.
Hi everyone, my name is Adam Mohammed Kassim.
Blaze Teicher.
I am Khulud Sawaf.
Sharifa Yasmin.
Hi everyone. I'd say it's so good to see you all. Oh. Can you hear me? Hi everyone. I'd say it's so good to see you all, but in this moment, I don't see any of you. So I'm eager to change that in the upcoming days. I'm Liz Engelman. I use the she suite of pronouns, and I'm coming to you today from the traditional land of the Dakota and the Anishinaabe peoples, now called Minneapolis. I'm one of the literary co-chairs of our 2020 showcase and a member of NNPN's board of directors. And it was in that capacity that I was part of drafting this anti-racist and anti-bias statement that we want to share with you. When NNPN was creating its current strategic plan, we gave ourselves the charge to look at every aspect of the organization through the lens of equity, diversity, and inclusion. This process created the revised vision statement that Nan has shared with you earlier, and it codified the organization's dedication to creating the robust, equitable new play ecology that we believe our field can become. One component of this work is the board's commitment to drafting an anti-racist and anti-bias action plan and process for accountability. We're still working on that plan, but this statement and the process that led to this showcase are embodiments of our active, ongoing commitment to organizational transformation. I'll read it aloud here for all of us to have and to hold this vision and these values in the air and as a foundation for what you will experience this week and weekend, and as it evolves in the days and years to come. For over 20 years, National New Play Network has incubated and elevated new work by creating community, fostering collaboration, and standing firm in our unshakable belief that everything is better when we all work together. 2 years ago, we strengthened our commitment to new work and to each other by dedicating our next 5 years to making NNPN and the new play field more equitable, diverse, and inclusive. We are working to widen the lens of who makes, shares, and experiences the stories we craft, centering and amplifying theater makers of color and other artists and audiences who have historically been overlooked and ignored. And now, I'll turn this over to my partner in Showcase Crime.
Thank you, Liz. Hello, my name is Lindy Rosario. I use she, her, hers pronouns. I'm a dramaturg and literary manager and the co-literary chair of Showcase this year with my co-chair, Liz Engelman. And I'm here to talk to you a little bit about our new adjudication process. So as part of our program evaluation working group's examination of NNPN's adjudication practices, we noticed that our previous Showcase adjudication criteria were super focused on criteria that favored craft and structure rather than heart and soul. This year, with major thanks to Haley Nelson, producer in residence at Kitchen Dog, who generously shared her own criteria with us, we shifted the criteria to be more about impact, personal impact. We also made clear to Showcase readers that what we were after were their own opinions as artists. We asked them to set aside concerns of producibility or what they assume might appeal to broadly NNPN constituents and instead focus on what moved them as the smart art lovers that they are. So ultimately they were the audience members. So who was on the adjudication process matters too. This year we moved closer to our goal of 50% BIPOC adjudicators. 30% of the total reader as well. Over half of the finalist round readers are people of color. This is also the first year we offered financial compensation to our readers. We had 2 conversations with the finalist reader round. One where we got to better know one another and talk about how we read plays, where we might have blind spots, what kinds of stories we love best. And then we met again to discuss the slate of 13 incredible plays we read as part of this round. It was a lively and heart-forward conversation, and we're so proud to share not only the 5 readings you'll see this weekend, but also to lift up the other 8 finalists, 7 of whom you'll see read their own work Saturday at the Playwrights Slam. So we hope you can all join us for that. And with that, I will pass it to Jordana.
Thanks, Lindy. Thanks, everyone, for all of that amazing introductory information. I want to tell you that if you need any help, Team NNPN is here to help you, which is part of why you've seen us be maybe slightly distracted, is because we're also helping too, just like we would do at regular showcase. And we're so happy to do it because it means we get to interact with you. These are our emails. You can reach us here, Jordana at NNPN, Jess, and Rose. And now, because why we're really here is to talk about new plays and to love on new plays together, I'm gonna give us about 5 minutes to break. And then we're gonna head over to the concessions stand, which is actually going to be used as a networking space. It's what Hoppen calls networking. It's that little icon on the left side of your screen. And we're going to do a little new play speed dating, a little icebreaker sort of warm up to this environment. So you'll have about 90 seconds each to chat with a randomly assigned person, so about 3 minutes, to chat with a randomly assigned person and to tell them a play that you're excited about. This is not the pitch session. This is not formal, no pressure. Just talk about a play that you love. And if you don't have a play at the top of mind and you want to talk about something else, then talk about what you're looking forward to most in the weekend, or simply just introduce yourself and get to know the person for about 1.5 minutes each for about 3 minutes. And then you'll be paired with someone else together. Nan, will you take us out?
I'd be delighted to take us out if we could all only go out together, but we can't. So we are going to do it this way. We're really thrilled. Thank you again to the team that you just met. For those of you who are new, again, that's Rose, our administrative coordinator, Jess, our engagement manager, Jordana Frater, our programs director, and our co-showcase chairs, Liz and Lindy. You'll be seeing a lot of us this weekend. I just want to remind you of my favorite saying. You all know the drill. If you don't, welcome to NNPN. The networking part of the network is what makes the network work. So let's go work that. Here we go, everybody to reception. See you in a few.